ice cube sells for 2 million, and the whole world is fighting for it. A single sausage is a dowry and women are lining up to marry. But I won't sell a thing because the world is burning and the apocalypse is here. These supplies are rare. People are either starving to death or being scorched by the sun. Soon, ice will become the world's most precious treasure, and the supplies and ice I've hoarded will last me for centuries. Suddenly, there's a knock at my door. I look out and see my goddess has returned. But the next second, a blonde guy rushes out from behind her and stabs me twice without a word. They took all my supplies, mocked me for being a fool, and treated me like trash. Filled with endless regret and fury, I died. Suddenly, I was reborn, 1 month before the apocalypse hit. I know I must learn from my past life or I won't survive the end again. If you ask what's most important in the apocalypse, it's supplies. I wasted my time hunting for supplies last time. This time, I must prepare in advance. I arrived at the supermarket where I work and put on my uniform, but the boss told me, "Since you're 2.5 minutes late, I'm docking a year's salary." I didn't care. Dock it if you want. I'll take what I need and now I have no guilt. When the apocalypse hit last time, the boss ran away, and my year's salary vanished. I'll just consider this my compensation for emotional distress. With a wave of my hand in an instant, all the supplies in the warehouse vanished into my mini space. This is my awakened ability. I can store anything into a 1 cubic meter space at will. This makes my $0 shopping so much easier. Thanks to this, I've already drained 2 freshwater lakes dry. A pack of instant noodles is a feast in the apocalypse, and time stands still in my space, keeping food fresh forever. Looking at the supplies, I breathed a sigh of relief. No more eating dirt like in my past life. Then, I waited in the empty warehouse for the boss to arrive. Seeing the stunned look on his face, I felt at peace. Then, with a spatial jump, I escaped the warehouse without leaving a trace. This ability never gets old. I can teleport within 3 meters, perfect for looting or escaping mutant beasts. After finishing my $0 shopping, I headed home. Just then, my phone buzzed. It was Jiang Xiaoqian. My mood instantly plummeted. As soon as I picked up, she started screaming impatiently. "Su-Chen, you're playing hide and seek and listing the house? You're such a loser. Do you think any woman will want you after selling the house? Where's your sense of responsibility? You need to understand, it's not about the house, it's about your attitude. If you don't sign the house over to me, how am I supposed to feel secure? You should know, me wanting your house doesn't mean I don't love you." She tried to keep gaslighting me, but I cut her off coldly. "Anything else?" She's like a toad on a foot, not biting, just disgusting. I hung up on her. I absolutely loathe this woman. In my past life, we survived the apocalypse for 2.5 years. If I hadn't scavenged for her, she would have starved. Instead of being grateful, she treated me like a total sucker and eventually watched as that punk stabbed me in the back. I was such a fool back then, trusting a manipulative snake like her with my life. Just thinking about it makes my blood boil. This time, I won't let you die easily. I'll make you suffer 1,000 times what I went through. I calmed down. These supplies aren't enough for the apocalypse. I need to buy more. I called the real estate agent and told them to sell the house at half price. But I want cash and I want it right now. I took a taxi to the agency, but Jiang Xiaoqian was waiting there to ambush me. "Su-Chen, do you have any idea how long I've been waiting for you?" I ignored the goddess I'd chased for years. "Move aside," I said. But that punk Wang Haoyu started barking. "Who told you to sell the house? Try it and see if you live to see tomorrow." I didn't waste words. I punched him and grabbed his throat. "One more word, and I'll crush your manhood." Seeing her boyfriend getting beaten, Jiang Xiaoqian grabbed my shirt and screamed, "Murder! Murder?" I slapped her hard. "Shut up, one more sound and you're next." She stumbled back, clutching her face in terror, looking at me like I was a stranger. I looked at the gasping punk in my hand and sneered. "Don't worry, I won't let you die that easily." I let go and he scrambled away from me like I was the devil himself. Jiang Xiaoqian finally snapped out of it and started spouting more of her insane nonsense. "Su-Chen, apologize on your knees before I lose my temper, or you can forget about ever marrying me." I remained chillingly calm. "Thanks for the advice, but if I hear you barking again, you'll never speak again." They were terrified and ran off without looking back. "Just you wait, I'll be back." I just gave a cold sneer and walked into the agency. The old fox, manager Liu, said very politely, "How about I buy your house? The place is worth over $1 million, but this fool is selling it for just 700,000. He could easily flip it and make a profit of hundreds of thousands. Did I not know what he was up to? But it didn't matter to me anymore. No problem. As long as you pay the full amount today, anything goes. To close the deal quickly, manager Liu even had the contract ready. "Just sign here and I'll transfer the money immediately." The paperwork was finished quickly, and 700,000 hit my bank account. However, for the massive supplies needed for the apocalypse, this was just a drop in the bucket. Gathering all the supplies was going to be tough, but then it hit me. Isn't this the fastest way to get cash? Shortly after I arrived at Kaishuken Loan Collagen Limited. Unexpectedly, the lender was an old acquaintance, Wang Dahai, the brother of the guy with the yellow hair. He immediately lowballed me. "Your house is worth 500,000 at most, but I need to hold the deed." I told him clearly, "Add 100,000 and I want it now. Don't worry, give me a week to win it back and I'll pay you immediately." Wang Dahai realized instantly that this kid was just a gambler. Once you're hooked on that, you'd sell your own parents. Trying to win it back? I'm gonna ruin you today. Soon, another 600,000 hit my account. The scene shifts, and I arrive at the Green City Hotel. Although I had emptied many warehouses, they didn't have hot, freshly cooked meals. Besides, in my past life, this hotel survived the disaster until the very end. With the apocalypse looming, it would be a great place to stay long-term. Soon, a woman claiming to be the manager approached me. "My name is Lu Xinrui, how can I help you?" I immediately ordered 1,000 banquet tables, leaving Lu Xinrui stunned. She nodded eagerly, already convinced I was some wealthy heir in disguise. "We have packages at 5,000, 10,000, 30,000, and even 100,000 per table." I didn't expect the Greentown Hotel to be so upscale, so I went with the 10,000 option. "I'll pay a 500,000 deposit now and settle the rest in a week." Lu Xinrui quickly agreed. The ingredients alone cost 500,000, but building a connection with him was worth it. Suddenly, she asked out of the blue, "Are you getting married?" "Yes, it's for my wedding. Also, book me a presidential suite while you're at it." Shortly after, I left feeling quite satisfied. How wonderful. A 10 million meal secured with just a 500,000 deposit. As for the balance? After the apocalypse, a single ice cube will be worth hundreds of millions. Not long after I left, Jiang Xiaoqian and Wang Haoyu snuck up to the manager. "Excuse me, I'd like to ask, what was that guy doing here earlier?" Upon learning I'd booked a 10 million banquet, their jaws hit the floor. "That's impossible! How could he possibly afford that?" It wasn't until Lu Xinrui showed them the payment record that they realized he was a real rich kid. Jiang Xiaoqian was instantly overjoyed. "I've hit the jackpot, I'm going to be a rich wife." She never imagined a life like this. And now it was all going to happen through Su-Chen, that pathetic simp. While Jiang Xiaoqian was busy daydreaming, I was already crunching the numbers. After that last purchase, I had 800,000 left. But during my earlier shopping spree, I missed a lot of essentials. Even with just paying deposits, I'm still running low on cash. Then it hit me. The apocalypse is coming. It would be a waste not to exploit these credit platforms. Over the next 2.5 hours, I went through every verification process and wiped out every platform I could find. If you're offering credit, I'm taking it. Hard work pays off, and I managed to scrape together another $1 million. With the funds ready, I started hunting for essential supplies. Things like fireplaces, ice makers, and ice, stuff you can't find in supermarkets. I bought them all online. The apocalypse isn't just about the heat. A brutal freeze is coming, and my survival depends on having enough of these. Next, I put down a $300,000 deposit to order 1,000 tons of smokeless coal online. Then I contacted an ice factory to place an order, but that required an in-person meeting. As I headed downstairs, I didn't expect to run into that persistent Zhang Xiaoqian and her best friend, Li Na. This is the guy who kept bad-mouthing me in my past life, stealing Zhang Xiaoqian and taking over my house. Seeing these two troublemakers, my mood was completely ruined. Unexpectedly, Zhang Xiaoqian blushed and pulled me aside, determined to hold on to me as her golden ticket after learning I'm wealthy. Even though she acted all submissive, I had no intention of paying her any mind. Thinking I was just testing them, Zhang Xiaoqian and her friend quickly hailed a taxi to follow me. I soon arrived at the ice plant, and after some brief pleasantries, I got straight to the point. How long to get 5,000 tons of edible ice? Boss Wu patted his chest, guaranteeing it would be done in 2.5 days. At 200 per ton, it would cost $1 million in total. I pulled out my phone and transferred a $200,000 deposit to Boss Wu right away. Deliver it to the designated spot in 2.5 days, and I'll pay the rest. The boss was a straightforward guy, and the price was easy to negotiate. Before long, Zhang Xiaoqian and her friend caught up with me. They started prying for info, and when they heard I'd just spent $1 million on ice, their jaws hit the floor. Now they were certain that Su Chen was truly a billionaire. After securing the necessary supplies, I decided to treat myself to a good meal. Looking over the menu, I spotted a chef's mystery dish priced at $15,000. The waiter explained it's prepared by the head chef, and the dish depends entirely on their inspiration. That sounded interesting, so I decided to give it a try. A moment later, a beautiful woman with long pink hair and a professional suit brought out my mystery dish. I was stunned to realize she was the chef. Was that really Duan Ya, the Hell Chef? In the post-apocalyptic world, the Hell Chef had the magical ability to turn anything into a delicacy, and no one could resist her food. But those dishes were made with toxic mutated elements from beasts. Eating them meant certain death. Seeing my shock, Duan Ya twitched. What, are you afraid a beautiful woman would poison your food?